Okay. Yeah, for some reason, OBS wasn't saying I was live for a moment there. Well, glad it kind of got sorted out at least. Because I would have been pissed. Okay, let's go ahead and retweet the stream, and then we'll begin our usual introductions. Well, retweet my thing, that is. But I usually like to do a quote tweet most of the time, though. Online. Okay. In the post has been sent. Oh yeah, let me check the Discords too, considering that we never really checked most of them. Live streams didn't actually post anything. Oh, good, it did. Okay, good. Okay, anyway. Now we can begin our introductions proper. And yes, I am having the two chats run in the background because why the hell not? The other one is for Geyer and Gimbal, of course. Don't worry, your presence has been known. But we'll, get this one off existence. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, now we can begin. Salutations, everyone. This is Terence here. I'm an idol in trading, hoping to bring smiles, laughter, and joy to everyone around the world. It's nice to meet you all. And today, we're having the return of Terence Talks, which is our talk show that I kind of used to do, but kind of fell under a bit because there has been too many games to come out, and then we had to keep playing them. That we didn't really have time to reflect on most of them too, because we've just been hammering through most of our content. And yes, I had a decent week so far. Apart from constantly going to work Monday through Friday, and then everyone around there being a jerk. But yeah. And of course, apart from my constant interruptions from my mom. And hello, PSX674. Welcome to the stream. Also, it's 1R, not 2. Almost nobody ever tends to get my name right half the time. Like, almost no one ever gets it right. But yeah. What about you, folks? How has the rest of your weeks been going so far? As for my week, things have been pretty going interesting so far. I mean, I had to drive hours yesterday, so glad to hear it. But having an alright time testing things for Stealth Archer. Ah, nice. That's nice. That's nice to hear. I remember to talk with the Moth Boy. Well, actually, I think the last time I did an episode was a good couple months ago. I'm pretty sure you weren't there for most of those, but I could kind of understand. I mean, if you hear me yap most of the times, I wouldn't want to hear me yap either. Oh, let me get you guys some music. Let me get some music here. Let's see, what do we have for music? Here, we'll just use the BRB screen here. I mean, that's usually my go-to for most of my beat music anyway, so you know. Here, we'll just put you right there too, even though just to make it look like you're watching it on TV. You didn't want? Yes, I did. Yeah, most of the Unity pretty much all had an episode. Well, not really most of it, just only those who were actually showed up to there and was interested. It generally depends on who's interested. Other than that, solo episodes like these are just yap sessions with a side of what the hell am I gonna talk about, or what the hell happened this week. Because, you know, a lot of times I tend to talk about myself a lot more than I talk about others. Well, it's my talk show. I have to start the show. Why wouldn't I talk about myself? Yeah, just imagine running a talk show and then don't talk about yourself. Yeah, couldn't be me. But yeah, apart from that, I was also watching a bunch of other YouTube videos as well. I'd say one of the videos I was watching was actually a video about Skyrim, but it's brain rot. Like Gen Alpha slaying brain rot. Which surprisingly, that video is actually like a month old too. And it was pretty much one of the funniest things ever. One of the funniest things I've seen thus far. There's probably other funny stuff, and I also recently started watching into other YouTubers such as Corey Kenshin as well. I think I may have talked about that in my my PSO2 stream a bit. And so far, I actually kind of liked some of his videos. Even though most of them are kind of like a year old, and then we pretty much just had to catch up on certain things as well. I think the other one I'm actually doing is... oh, let me turn up the BGM just in case you guys can't hear it. Do I have this thing on loop, by the way? Okay, good, it's on loop. That means we can listen to it throughout the whole thing. Good. While it's just in there in the background, blending in. Yips. But yeah, I think the last time I seen Corey Kenshin, and from what I've known about him, he does a lot of horror game content. And a lot of times, horror game content is kind of hit or miss with me most of the time. But I also seen a recent Try Not to Laugh challenge from him, and it is amazing how he didn't laugh through most of those. And well, the newest / oldest one, I think, which was like a year ago, I believe. And then I kind of watched that, and that was actually really interesting. And it kind of makes me wonder, if I can probably do for content ideas as well. Like, would you guys want to see a try not to laugh challenge from me? Like, I pretty much just do an entire stream of, maybe like a 1 hour stream of me reacting to whatever funny videos you guys send me, and then I try not to laugh. And then if I do laugh, I'll probably put up like a little Batsu wheel. A little Batsu wheel, and then I have to pretty much do something, do a Batsu. Batsu means punishment in Japanese, by the way. I never really watched one, but would be worth a try. Oh yeah. And it's weird. The funny thing about those videos is that it's mostly just a contest to see if the guy can, if a person cannot laugh while watching a funny video. Which I've seen them a lot done from the Fine Bros, and then I've seen maybe only a handful of people did them, but nothing really there. Most of the common material I know is BBCA stuff. Oh, Dragon Ball Bridge. Yeah, Dragon Ball Bridge is very funny, actually. Or streamer stuff, so not sure what to say. Oh, you could just send that then. Let's see if I can practically get a decent reaction. Come to think of it, I think it's been a very long time since I've seen anything Abridged related. I don't think I've seen a single Abridged series ever since Dragon Ball Z Abridged pretty much ended. And I think the only one I kind of may have saw or looked at around the time would have to be Dragon Ball. Well, not Dragon Ball. Was actually like Goblin Slayer Abridged from one of Nux's old videos. Also, I need to do something about these eyes. Oh, nah, it's nothing, it's nothing. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've seen too many Abridged series. Oh yeah, there was also the first episode of the Fate Stay Night Abridged series, Unlimited Blade Works. I only seen like the first episode of that, and that was kind of funny. And then after that, I think there was the Sword Art Online Abridged, which that was also pretty funny too. Which I'd say the very first episode of that, someone actually did a pretty good breakdown on what Sword Art Online storyline is. What it basically is in a nutshell. It's essentially Tron with a harem and anime. It's essentially like an anime version of Tron. Minus the disc and the neon lights and the programs and all that other stuff. Which that also kind of makes it cool too. Although I do kind of wish I think I've done hack, but Ron is even older. Oh yeah, Tron is really, really old. Although I don't think I've seen Tron Legacy though. Which I remember Tron Legacy being really, really new around that time too. And then I think oh yeah, I actually think I do, and I think the closest thing I remember about Tron Legacy is that it was actually a world in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think. And I remember the boss in that freaking world being really freaking hard. Or was it Dream Drop Distance? I know it was one of those two. But yeah, it did kinda got a sequel called Tron Legacy. Yep, there was that. Which since then, I haven't really seen too much. Also, now that you brought up .hack, I don't think I've seen anything .hack related in years. Apart from the next chapter of the .hack Link saga where Haseo is trying to free Ovan from his ice prison or something. And then I think that's probably about most of what I know about the newest .hack thing. Although if there's anything I do want to see about .hack though is that I would like to see the original 3 games or 4 games remade with new battle styles and systems, I think. Oh, manga? Ah, yep, I see. Hello there, Isabel via the Woo. Well, just call you Isabel. Hello, Isabel. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Oh, holy crap. I think we might be losing some frames. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just saw the little OBS thing turn like yellow, and now it's back to green. But yeah. That's good. But yeah, as far as if I found other things I've also been doing too, I've also been pretty much keeping up with some anime as well. And I think the one of the animes I've been watching, supposedly on Hulu, was actually this one called The Fable. And it's mostly about a professional hitman / assassin pretty much being forced to not do any killing for a year and just trying to live an easy life. But of course, as he's trying to live an easy life, the Yakuza end up getting involved, and then he ends up getting dragged into some other situations he doesn't know anything about while trying to blend in as a regular human being. Which I'd say, first episode pretty much establishes how much of a badass as he is, where he pretty much just ends up killing 100 guys with a pistol. And then after he gets done killing an episode, his driver pretty much shows up to pick him up. And then acts as the driver to turn it to a specific show. And then while he's watching that show, he is laughing his ass off. And I think it's from a Japanese comedian named Jackal. That's the show he's watching. The guy's just laughing his things off. I thought it was maybe manga. It was both. Oh, it's both. Yep, it's a manga, a movie from what I looked up. last time after I was just randomly trying to find out about it. And yeah, it's actually really, really cool. And that was like the first episode of it from what I remember. And then he meets up with his boss to pretty much discuss the next job, and unfortunately his boss says there are no new jobs, and because the killing he was doing in the organization has been kind of getting a little bit too much attention from the underworld, so he pretty much is forced to lay low, and the people he works for has to lay low till everything dies down. And according to their boss, everything might die down like less than a year. So yeah, I feel like this BGM might be a little too loud. Let's turn it down a notch. There we go. So yeah, it's on Hulu if you guys want to watch it. And if you can afford the subscription fee, I recommend that too. As far as the other shows on Hulu I've kind of watched, I can probably just go and see my history on me phone. Although, good luck remembering your information because you barely write that shit down. Well, actually, I know it though. I know me information. Because, you know, I generally do most of this just to fact check myself, just to make sure I don't tell people the wrong things. Sure. Oh, good, it worked. Okay. Johnny. Oh, my stuff. Oh yeah, there was that episode of Go Go Loser Ranger that I was watching around that time. Just say it with enough confidence and we'll believe you. Yep, that sounds like a con artist would do. But I'm not here to con artists, I'm here to entertain. And since we are kind of wanting a talk show, we have to somewhat develop a little bit more talking skills. Wow, this thing does not have enough freaking... What, this thing doesn't have a watch history or something? Notifications, yeah, we know what the notifications is. Oh, I'm surprised they're still doing America's Funniest Home Videos. I've been trying to watch that thing for a long time, but they haven't been showing any new stuff on that. Do, 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 do. Yeah, your app kind of... Yeah, Hulu, your app kind of is a little bit crappy. I'm surprised you don't really get... Oh, here it is, finally. It's called, Mission Yokakura Family. There we go. Alright, from what I gathered from, like, the, first 2 episodes from that one, is that basically the main protagonist, pretty much ends up losing his entire family pretty much becomes an introvert and then ends up becoming and then pretty much ends up marrying into a family of spies and assassins, or the head of it. And so but basically he has to pretty much dedicate most of his life to protecting the head of the family from a bunch of other rival organizations that also want her dead. And that's pretty much what I gathered, and the opening for that is very, very, but I think it's mostly done as a comedy though. Well, because the opening, from what I remember, is very uplifting and heart-thinking. The chat is a bit slow. This chat is low-key a bit slow. Oh, you mean the chat we're having, or the chat box? I mean, if, well, I can probably tell you that 90% of the people who do watch me generally lurk. But yeah, I think, that's part of what I remember about the series, what I remember about it, which, we're not too far into it. We're currently watching, like, the third episode of it, which we haven't finished watching it yet, but I'll probably give you more of my thoughts later on that. But I think that's pretty much all I've been watching on Hulu, apart... Well, actually... They actually... did put out, like, a freaking... They actually put out Oshinoko on Hulu now, too. That doesn't sound like a comedy. Well, that depends. It's animated pretty much like a comedy, of course. I mean, it just depends on the humor and such, if you find it funny or not. Humor is always technically subjective anyway. But yeah, they actually did put Oshinoko on Hulu, of course. So yeah. And I think didn't really finish the first episode, but I hear a lot of people telling me how good Oshinoko is. So I think we probably will watch that eventually. And then the other animes as well. Oh yeah, I've also been kind of watching some of the seasonal stuff on Crunchyroll as well. And I think one of the standouts for me is Wisteria Wand and Sword, which the best way I can describe that anime is, think of it like a mix between Black Clover and Mashle. Black Clover and Mashle because the main character can't really use any magic or anything, but also so partially Black Clover because he uses a sword, and Mashle because the whole anime so far pretty much takes place in a school about magic, which also very kind of sort of cliche now. So yeah, it has a few of the zero to hero tropes, but but the animation kinda makes up for most of it because the first episode was really, really, really good, and then some of the other episodes after that was also good too. So yeah. I wouldn't say that it's probably Demon Slayer levels of good, but it's really good. Yips. Yeah, Black Clover is great. Oh, well, it's a bit of cliche for about 15 years, but it's a cliche you can forgive if it's done right, done well. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of Zero to Hero stories are very well done. So it's a cliche that's kind of hard to mess up most of the times. Unless, of course, they end up doing like a whole 180 on the character, at least, where the character is an absolute zero, and then once he is a hero, he starts becoming an absolute asshat. I mean, in my opinion, that's kind of where Zero to Hero kind of fails, because what's the point of being a hero if you don't end up being a hero? I meant the whole magic school thing. HP basically made it a staple. Oh, you mean Harry Potter? Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could blame Harry Potter for most of that. Although when it comes to Harry Potter, I know that world building isn't very good at it. And I think I only know about Harry Potter through all of its movies, and I don't think I've actually thoroughly watched most of those movies, but I did see the one where Harry actually finally defeats Voldemort, I think. But yeah, it definitely was appealing to me, though. But let's not bring up that whole drama about let's not bring up the whole drama about the person who made Harry Potter. We don't want this getting weird. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and look at our Crunchyroll. Just got Crunchyroll just to see what we've also been watching. Of course, I have to log into this. Didn't know there was any, but glad not to. Yep, true. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and look into things. Oh yeah, another anime I've also been watching on Crunchyroll would have to be Fairy Tail: The 100-Year Quest, which I will admit, in terms of animation quality and such, it's pretty much not as good as the Wistoria, but I think it's kind of nice to see Natsu and the gang after about a good couple years at least, because I do have nostalgia for a Fairy Tail, of course. Even though I do kind of feel like its power of friendship trope is way too overused for 90% of its plot victories against villains, but it's still pretty good. But I'd say the thing I kind of like about Fairy Tail is how good it is at telling its story arcs too. Because I can kind of forgive the power of friendship stuff as long as the overall story arcs are really good, and they usually have really good good story arcs in Fairy Tail. Of the big shonens, that's the one I don't know much of. Ah, that's interesting. Oh, yep, I can understand that. Fairy Tail has definitely lost a lot of popularity, so after its latest arc, so it's understandable why you don't know. But yeah. And by its latest arc, I was mostly referring to like the Spring On 12 arc, and then the one arc that they actually fight Acnologia for real this time. I've seen most or at work that it's a spin-off, but Fairy Tail, I've only read the first chapter. I think there's just got a shonen at the time. Ah, I see. It's understandable as well. But yeah, I'd say my history of shonen is pretty vast, almost to the point where I don't really remember too much of them, but I do remember the ones I did see the most. I'd say probably the because Dragon Ball will pretty much always be like one of the ones that stand out to me. Pokemon and Digimon as well, if you want to count those as shonens. But then there's also very, very underrated ones, as well as ones that kind of fell under the radar until like, holy crap, I actually seen this as a kid kind of thing actually pop up. And I'd say one of those was actually the Monster Rancher anime. Anybody remember the Monster Rancher anime? Yep. Yeah, the Monster Rancher anime was actually pretty good, actually. Which it's funny because I never really got to see it completed until I saw almost everything on Hulu like a good couple years ago, let's say. Holy crap. I did not know Hulu had access to this, and now I've pretty much just made me glad why I'm still camping my Hulu subscription now. Yeah, I never actually saw it completed. They didn't show it on my local channels, and I was really confused by the villain named Moo. At the time, I had no idea what Moo was. Probably should have changed the name. Oh, yep, Moo didn't really sound like the most intimidating villain names there was. Maybe like Nini or Annihilus or something. Annihilus or something like that. Ah, yep, definitely. Yeah. And hello, Maddie. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Nice little... We're pretty much just having a nice little Zatsudan, which is usually what we kind of do. But yeah. I'd say, would you like me to spoil the first ending of Monster Hunter? I mean Monster Rancher. I can pretty much tell you that that Moo was pretty much started off as a knight, but it actually is this giant kaiju now. Oh, good. You know it now. Okay, good. Okay, I don't have to spoil anything. Okay, spoiler alert, the main villain from Monster Rancher anime pretty much was killed with kindness. And that kindness was from getting a giant fucking hug from the Phoenix. And that's how they finished him off. Because the guy, Moo, is essentially constantly fueled by hatred for him. And then once the Phoenix came along and gave Moo a giant fucking hug, he's died. Yeah. Yep, that's how we kill people with kindness now, folks. Oh, doing good, just relaxing your bed. Good to hear that, good to hear that. Always nice to see people being comfy. Oh wait, wasn't Sailor Moon's main villain, Sailor Galaxia, killed the same way? Was constantly killed with kindness, I think. Well, I don't know, because I haven't seen Sailor Moon. I know about it because as a kid I was very curious about what the hell Sailor Moon was, but I don't think I've seen a single Sailor Moon episode. Mostly because, you know, 80s, 1990s demographic. Boys can't watch girls stuff and girls can't watch boy stuff. Vaguely, I think so. So, I think Sailor Galaxia is another thing I wasn't on A. Can't see it. They always heard the show back then. Yeah. Then it was on 6:30 in the morning. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I would ever probably wake up that early to watch Sailor Moon. But yeah. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And I'd say since then, I don't think I've watched too many magical girl animes until recently. And I think the only magical anime girl anime that I did technically watch around that time was when I started watching them was actually like 2 of them. But I kind of fell off on one because I kind of got too distracted by other anime too. One of them was Shuko Kara, or Kara, whatever. Which I probably couldn't really tell you much about what I know about it, other than the fact that the main character was a pink-haired girl who pretty much always was seen as very cool and badass and such. Often pretty much had like a very girly side to her. and was always too afraid to express it. And then eventually something called a Kara egg came and transformed her into a magical girl, and then she started showing off the cuteness. And then there was a dude that showed up and then was kind of a cat boy, and then got into a fight with some other guy there too. And that's practically most of what I remember about Shugo Kara. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right either. But I am just gonna say it like that though, because that's how I remember it. And then I think the other magical girl anime that I did watch was called Symphogear. Symphogear I do know a little bit about. Which I think another name for Symphogear would be like a insert song but with magical girls. Which means there was always kind of an insert song in there, and it was mostly about singing as such. I think she might have had a crush on the school president or something. 80s, 90s anime in America was really a roll of the dice, both in terms of original quality and quality of Americanized version of the show. Oh, yep, that's true. That's very true. Because, you know, which I'm kind of hoping that a lot of anime don't end up getting Americanized anymore. AKA Yokai Watch, I'm looking at you. Or anything that probably gets, any anime that's probably get puts on Disney, maybe. Yep, I'm also looking at you, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. That also got on there. Oh, come to think of it, I don't even think I finished watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s either. And hello, Bubba. Welcome to the stream, and happy Friday to you as well. How you doing? Basically, we're just having an episode of Terence Talks and pretty much talking about and hoping and praying that more anime doesn't end up getting more Americanized. Which, you know, that's going to be wishful thinking given to what we're seeing now. I mean, as long as nothing doesn't end up on Disney, I think it's fine. But that's just me, though. In all fairness, it did make for great abridged content. Oh yeah, we can abridge the hell out of it, at least. Which, of course, I do remember, for how badly butchered One Piece was when One Piece was first, airing in America, which is why it's pretty much in the mangled mess it is now. Yeah, who remembers that One Piece pirate rap on 4Kids slash Fox Kids around that time? Which, of course, I think when I first listened to the rap, I wasn't sure what to think about it, but it was actually pretty decent, actually. I mean, as a kid, I kind of liked it, but I think as an adult, I think it's kind of cringe. That was yet another I didn't get shown for me. I only heard of it later. Ah, yep, One Piece is pretty much classics. Yep, it's pretty much going for like maybe like over 1,000 episodes at this point. Pretty much making it one of the longest running shonen animes now. But as far as the longest running anime in general, I think that goes to, I want to say Detective Conan. Or there's also another one too. Of course, if you want to count a TV show that probably has more episodes than One Piece, you can probably say Sesame Street. Which, I don't think I need a Sesame Street episode in almost like 20 years. Which, I'm not even sure if Sesame Street is even still going, but I imagine it probably still is. Because, you know. I only saw the Game of Thrones parody just to confirm that even Sesame Street had some Game of Thrones reference. I know, right? I mean, now that you kind of brought up Game of Thrones, I don't think I've seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. I just know that a lot of people die in Game of Thrones, but I haven't seen a single episode of it. I might. It was very simplified, but fairly decent for 3-4 seasons. Ah, I see. I mean, but also, wasn't Game of Thrones kind of brought up just for the sake of competing with Lord of the Rings or something? Although I don't think I've seen Lord of the Rings TV show, but I have seen all 3 movies, and I'd say all 3 movies are still amazing. Incredibly long though, but very good though. Oh yeah, why don't we go ahead? Oh yeah, then I have to force my password to change on this thing too. We'll worry about it later. I think Game of Thrones came first, then Lord of the Rings TV. Never saw the show though. Huh, that's interesting. Well, Game of Thrones is actually older than Lord of the Rings? Okay, that's interesting actually. Although that would be kind of an interesting to see which one would be better though. Lord of the Rings versus Game of Thrones. Who would win in a death battle? Yeps. I'd say now that I kind of bring up movies now, though, I think the last movie that I did end up seeing was Dragon Ball Super Superhero, actually, which I thought was a actually really good movie. Despite the obvious fan service of Bulma having a really fat ass, but yeah. It was a really good movie. I especially liked Gohan's Gohan Beast transformation as well. And Orange Piccolo was also was very unexpected too, because doesn't that mean he has like 2 transformations? There was like that greenish yellow thing he did, and then there was the Orange Piccolo. We're talking anime, probably My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. Oh, I have not seen that, actually. Oh, I don't think I've seen any of the My Hero Academia movies. Are they any good? Live action Evil Dead one. Was that another remake or something? I mean, as far as Evil Dead goes, I know they actually did have a new Evil Dead game that came out like a while ago, which is kind of like a mix between Dead by Daylight and some other things. Okay. I only saw the first of them. It wasn't bad. But kind of a cross between a movie and an arc of a show, but not bad. Okay. That's good to know. I'll probably have to look into watching some more of those, actually. Oh, come to think of it, I haven't even seen the Hunter x Hunter movie yet either, since we're talking anime as well. And they made some more Evil Dead stuff. TV show, a soft reboot movie, a movie set elsewhere. People keep tripping over the book. Okay. Oh, well, good to see Evil Dead is still kind of going. Oh, so is the Evil Dead stuff a little bit more serious, or is it still kind of the campy B-movie horror, or with Bruce Campbell and stuff? Because I do remember a lot of horror movies around the 80s and 90s being very campy, but also incredibly creepy. Reset the position, boy. There we go. TV show's a bit more campy. The reboot was straight up horror. The reboot wasn't bad for the most part, though. I'd still prefer the older movies. Yep. Understandable. Well, I think the game is kind of based off some of the older movies. I still have yet to play it, though, but I heard some good things about it. Still starred Bruce, so gonna be camp. Well, that's good at least. I mean, it wouldn't be an Evil Dead without Bruce Campbell after all. And without the campiness. That's part of what makes those films good after all. But yeah. As far as more live action movies go, I do want to see that Godzilla vs. Kong movie because as a Godzilla fan, or a former Godzilla fan, I've always enjoyed watching Godzilla movies. Back when I had time to watch them. And I think the only ones I have probably not seen would have to be the one where he fights King Ghidorah. Which I think that's probably one of the best ones, considering that King Ghidorah has always been like a massive long-standing rival for Godzilla. But I do know that the movie that I did watch that I did really like around that time was Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Which that was probably one of the ones where Godzilla actually gets killed. But then I think he probably may come back and got his revenge against Destroyer. But yeah. Then, of course, there's the classic Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla ones. Really, really, really good ones right there. Oh, that Kong never caught on like Zero. That Kong never caught on like Zilla did. Well, yeah, that's true. I guess probably there was more to like about Godzilla compared to Kong, I guess. Because, you know, Kong is pretty much just an oversized sized gorilla, whereas Godzilla is pretty much what we probably would call like a Western dragon, I think, maybe. Well, I know what Godzilla is, it's just I'm trying to describe what made him popular, more popular than Kong. And I guess probably because Kong never really fought anything besides dinosaurs and humans, and Godzilla pretty much just fought all types of mutants and other giant monsters and such. Although I kind of wondered if Kong was a little bit more popular, he would be able to fight some of those guys too. Yeah, we could probably just make Kong go ahead and make him fight against King Ghidorah, maybe. Kong versus the Blob. Well, how would that work? I mean, I would probably just imagine the whole Blob thing just eating and consuming Kong, because Kong pretty much just eating the Blob or something. That would be kind of an interesting fight, though. And I guess probably because we don't have enough American kaiju here too is also a reason. And I think the closest thing to American kaiju would have to be that plant from Little Shop of Horrors, I think, too. Maybe we can make Kong fight against Audrey too. I was making Kong eventually figure out to get someplace hot or cold. Oh yeah, I imagine that would probably work too. Like just lower the blob into a giant volcano and then just and then the blob just disintegrating from that maybe. But yeah, hopefully Kong's popularity does get a little bit higher though. Kinda deserves it considering that they don't really do much with American kaiju though. But there's plenty of Japanese kaiju to go around. Which, speaking of Japanese stuff, I think I eventually also I think it was like a good couple months ago, but I also remember seeing a whole new season of Ultraman, and then there was actually an anime centered around Ultraman. And by season of Ultraman, like I mean a whole new series. And anime, I was something I saw on Netflix, which the whole anime was pretty much in CGI, I remember. They're still making Ultraman stuff. Oh yeah, I think they are. I haven't been following it recently, but I do know that Ultraman is still mostly going. You know, come to think of it, let's go ahead and Google it actually. Let's see what new Ultraman season series there is. While we're at it. While my Wi-Fi is still mostly good. Television. Okay, okay, looks like the newest one is called Ultraman Arc. And then after Arc was actually Ultraman Blazer, then Ultraman Decker for TV stuff. For television, at least. So yeah, that's pretty much the newest one, according to Wikipedia code. Or Wikipedia-sama at this point. As for the Ultraman anime, those are usually pretty short. Well, I do know that it's on Netflix at least. But yeah. Ultraman. That's an interesting one. I saw a gritty and edgy Ultraman manga in the library. It was kind of strange. It's kind of strange to see. Ah, okay, okay. Ah, that's interesting, actually. Oh yeah, speaking of Ultraman, there was also, there was also Kamen Rider, which I don't think we ever gotten any Kamen Rider to America. Yeah, let's go ahead and just ask Google right that too. Whoops. Kamen Rider. Now that's not the actual theme song. Adaptations outside of the paint. Okay, nah, it looked like it. Oh yeah, I think the last time us Americans actually did get Kamen Rider was Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, and they actually tried to be really freaking serious about it. And I believe that was from Saban, I think. Which I remember it getting canceled before it actually finished its run. Which is sad, honestly. Some may have been translated, so there might be fan translations. Oh, yep, that's true. Homages and parodies, nah. But yeah, kind of wish they did kind of finish it though. But I think the last time I saw Kamen Rider, or at least one of it, was actually the one where they constantly talked about the world coming to an end. Which I don't even remember what it's called, but I think it's probably called like Eid or something. But don't quote me on that, because I have not been watching any Kamen Rider. Let's see. Just looking around for the beans. Is there the one with the demons? Oh, nah. I haven't quite seen that one. But I think the closest thing to Kamen Rider I did remember seeing was an anime called Vtubie, which that was based on Kamen Rider W. Actually, how about we put in like Kamen Rider series list, and we'll actually know what the hell we're dealing with. Oh good, they actually have a Kamen Rider wiki. Okay, good. Otherwise I'd pretty much be lost trying to scratch my head about this stuff. Well, I do know that most of it was pretty much around 2000 at least. Power Rider. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, that must be something else. I love Saban, man. Okay, main series after all that scrolling. Yep, there was the original 1973. Then there was V3 1973 to 4. X was 1974. Then there's Kamen Rider Amazon. Amazon from 1974-75. Kamen Rider Stronger 1975. And then Kamen Rider Sky Rider 1979 through 1980. The Kamen Rider Super 1 1980 to 1981. Kamen Rider ZX 1984. Okay. Kamen Rider Black, which is 1987 to 1988. Which, if you guys want the immersion break right there, 1988 is my birth year. Then 1980, 88 to 89, Kamen Rider Black RX. Okay. Then 1992 is Shin Kamen Rider Prologue. Interesting. Okay. Then 1993, Kamen Rider ZO. Which I don't think I recognize that one. Well, most of these I don't really recognize. Okay. In 1994, Kamen Rider J. Okay, interesting. And that was the end of that era. Which that era is called the Showa era. Yeah, I've been doing so much screw. And now it's the Heisei era in Japan, apparently. Then there's Kamen Rider Kuga, which was 2000 to 2001. Whereas American Power Rangers were the only thing that really caught on. Yeah, I know, right? Which American Power Rangers was pretty much a Super Sentai. Which I pretty much learned from watching the Angry Video Game Nerd episode from that, is that they actually use stock footage from Super Sentai and pretty much mix in American footage with it. So it's pretty interesting. Very interesting way. I think they probably still do that with some of their recent Power Ranger episodes or seasons now. Which it's been a while since that. Oh yeah, let's keep on digging down our Kamen Rider rabbit hole here. Okay. Well, that almost rhymed almost. Okay. Okay, 2001 to 2002, Kamen Rider Agito. Oh, I think this might be the one I watched, actually. It aired in 2001 to 2002. It ran for 51 episodes. This was the first series to feature more than one Kamen Rider as the main character at the same time. And apparently, oh, they actually kind of describe most of the freaking story here. Okay. Okay, Soichi Sugami has lost his memories and lives with his foster family and fights against the unknown as Kamen Rider Agito, looking for the origin of his power and his lost memories. This series follows Kamen Rider Agito, G3, and Gills, who deal with the unknowns and learn the true nature behind Agito. Yeah, I would imagine that would probably be why Guy and Gimbal. Okay, now we're heading to Kamen Rider Ryuki. Oh, actually, this might be the one I watched. Yep, because I'm looking at the description. Okay. Shinji Kido, a reporter, finds his way into a parallel world that exists within reflective surfaces. In this parallel world, Shinji forms a contract with a creature known as a mirror monster, allowing him to transform into Kamen Rider Ryuki and join a tournament with 12 other Kamen Riders who are fighting to be granted a single wish. Ah, okay, that's an interesting one. And hello, Banquo, welcome to the stream. How are you? Yep, today's Terence Talk episode, we pretty much are just yapping and going around about random topics, and today's topic is Kamen Rider. And I'm also trying to remember the one I seen on YouTube as well. But since then, now we're pretty much now into a Kamen Rider rabbit hole now. The series in the Detective Conan? No, you mean, no, it's Kamen Rider. I do know about Detective Conan, though. Which has a bit of a history for you folks. It's Kamen Rider. No, Detective Conan was pretty much dubbed case closed here in America. And hello, Correct Galaxy. Welcome to the stream. Yep, let's see here. We're in the 2003, 2004. Kamen Rider 555. What the hell is that? Okay. Okay, oh wow, this is a really long description. Okay. Okay, aired in 2003 to 2004 and ran for 50 episodes. A strange form of humanity known as the aFFtWwGBGMs, who are people who have been mysteriously brought back to life, begin to appear, and in Kyushu, young man Takumi Inui, he crosses path with Mari Sonoda, who is being chased by an aFFtWwGBGM enforcer of the Smart Brain organization. Okay, this is definitely interesting right here. Yeah, and he uses his device, the device she stole from them, to transform into Kamen Rider Fives. Oh, I guess that's what the 555 stands for. It's fives. Okay. Fives. Inui is unwillingly drafted into the fight against Smart Brain, who are trying to eliminate mankind in favor of the Orphnage race, along with a group of rogue Orphnage and 2 other common riders who see Fies as their enemy. Okay. Okay, that sounds like a pretty interesting story right there. Yay for plots, right? Kamen Rider was never published in my country. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, out of curiosity, fan quo, what country do you live in? I mean, now that we're not playing any games, I think we have some time to get to know each other a bit more. Germany? Ah, I see. So many stories have a species that want to destroy humanity for the planet. Have they ever considered just buying chunks of the Americas, Australias, and Russians? Lots of space there. Well, of course. Wow. Come to think of it. Probably because, yeah, imagine wiping out an entire race because you're shy. Yeah, there's always some type of unknown racist that pretty much, always wants to wipe out humanity for no reason. And then just try to use humanity's history as an excuse to wipe us out. Gotta love fiction sometimes, huh? I heard Antarctica is free. Oh yeah, Antarctica would also be a good place to take over. I mean, Lord knows how many people are actually living there. I expect, Terence, are you American? Yep, yep, I am American. Here we go. Okay, now we're into 2004 and 2005 territory. Now we have Kamen Rider Blade, which sounds pretty badass. Alright, let's see what their summary of this one is. Aired from 2004 to 2005 and ran 49 episodes. Kazuma Kenzaki is hired by the mysterious Boards organization to combat the undead, a series of 52 creatures who 10,000 years ago fought between each other in what was known as the Battle Royal to determine the dominant species on the Earth. Wait, humans and zombies? They were all sealed away by an undead known as the Joker until archaeologists in the present day undo the seal. Yep, this is what happens, folks. You fuck around and find out. Yep. Undo the seal as Kamen Rider Blade Kazuma must end a new battle royal for sealing away the undead once more, cementing humanity as the dominant species, and is joined by 3 other Kamen Riders in the fight. Yeah, most civilized zombies I've seen, apparently. I mean, the last thing we need is pretty much zombies that actually know how to do magic and know kung fu or karate or something. That would be very scary zombies right there, if zombies knew how to use magic. Okay, that was pretty interesting plot actually. And now here we have Kamen Rider Hibiki. Let's see what your summary says. Aired from 2005 to 2006 and ran for 48 episodes. Wow, how do we go from running from 48 episodes to like 50 and 49? Okay, back to the thing. Throughout Japanese history, there has been people who undergo intense training to use the purity of sound to transform into beings known as Oni. Wait, Oni? It exists. It's called Warhammer Total War. I can imagine that would be insane. Warhammer Space Marines. Yeah, I pretty much knew Warhammer lore is batshit insane, of course. Leave it to Warhammer to always have batshit insane lore. Okay, back to what we were reading. Okay. Oni to battle monstrous creatures known as the Makamao. What the hell? Okay. Asumu Adachi, a student ready to transfer into high school, is unsure how he should proceed with his life when he meets a man only known as Hibiki, one of the Oni. Hibiki takes Asumu under his wing and trains him under the way of the Oni in the fight against Makamo. Well, joining fellow Oni, Ibuki, Todoroki, and Zanki, and their apprentices. Okay. Okay, sounds pretty interesting. Alrighty then. Now there's 2006, 2007 in Japan. Okay, Kamen Rider Kabuto. Okay. Okay, now we're getting back to 49 episodes now. Okay. Aired from 2006 to 2007 and ran for 49 episodes. Soji Tendo has been training his entire life to be the recipient of the device known as the Kabuto Zector, whatever the hell that is, that allows him to transform into Kamen Rider Kabuto. The Zect organization initially developed the technology to combat the aliens known as the Worms. Wait, we're making Kamen Rider fighting against giant worms now? Or is that just a code name for them? What the heck? Holy crap. Okay, that's the last thing I kind of want to deal with right now. Is like, Like Kamen Rider fighting giant fucking worms. Now this is getting Werewolf the Apocalypse. Maybe it means Weird as in drug. That's usually kind of a mix because dragon in Japanese is usually known as Ryu or something. But here they're just saying flat out worms. From in the wiki. You know what, let's click just because I'm like really fucking curious now. Okay, so I was right, it is a freaking code name, okay. So they're not actual worms, it's pretty much just people just called just a code name for villains. Okay. Okay, back to the rating thingamajig. Okay, where do we end up? Okay. That Best Buy get off the thing. Yeah, the moment I did that, they just want to start throwing ads everywhere. Okay, where were we at? Common Radar. That would be nice if I could show this stuff to you, but nah. Okay, here we are. The worms who came to Earth on a meteor struck in Shibuya in 1999. Also, this is a fictional 1999, apparently, or something around modern times or something. But have been hiding in plain sight ever since. He uses his powers to protect Hiyori Kusakabe from the worms, but has to deal with sect officers trying to regain the Kabuto Sector from him. He befriends sect agent and Hiyori's co-worker Arata Kagami, who was the first person to know his identity as Kabuto, and combat sect's other affiliate and rogue common riders. There's all while dealing with the worm menace. So I think what I'm learning about common riders so far is that they have a lot of evil freaking common riders in them as well. Interesting. It seems like there's just there's like an evil organization and a whole bunch of rival common riders. There's in these ones. This is like mid 2000s apparently. Okay. I think the next one is like Common Rider Den O. Okay. Also trying to figure out what the hell's the newest one too. Let me zoom. What's the definition of a common rider? That I do not know. Because I've only seen like bits and pieces as well as clips of Kamen Rider, but I don't think I've ever seen like a full series. But yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and skip most of this and see what the newest common writer is. I think if I remember the last bits and wait. Wait, W was 2009 and 10? Huh. Then there's a couple, right? There's 000. Right, there are fours. That's around 2011 and 12. Common Writer Wizard, 2012 and 13. Common Writer Gaim, 2013-14. Common Writer Drive, 2014-15. Okay. Common Writer Ghost, 2015-16. Common Writer X8, 2016-17. Then Common Writer Build. Oh yeah, that's one of the newest ones that I kind of see. That I've seen like a bit of a... I remember the opening song, that being really good. Then Common Writer ZO. Oh yeah, this one also has a really good opening too. And now Reiwa era, and now it's Common Writer 01, which is 2019 to 2020. Okay. Common Writer Saber. That sounds pretty badass, actually. 2020 to 2021. Common Writer Revised 2021 to 2022. Common Writer Geats. Oh, yep, this is the one. This is the one we've seen. Okay. Aired in late 2022 to after the finale of Revice. The Desire Grand Prix is a tournament that grants its winner a wish for their ideal world. The main protagonist, Ace Ukyo, a longtime participant of the tournament, transforms into Common Writer Gates to uncover the mysteries behind the organization that runs the tournament in order to find his missing mother. Ah, yep, nice. When do you do your next Mario RPG stream? Next week. About next week on that one. Okay, next here is 2023 to 2024. Common Writer Godshard, what the hell? Okay, and then there's the newest one, Common Writer Gav, which there's no description on you. And that's a TBA. Oh yeah, Vtubie was really good. Hopefully they actually make more animated adaptations of Common Writer. But yeah, I think that's enough talk about Common Writer today, folks. What were your plans for this weekend? Any plans for this weekend? As for me, my plans are pretty much in my stream descriptions. Oh wow, holy crap. Okay, there we go. Reset your position. I don't know what the hell that was. Going through Library of Ruby. Ah, nice. Yep, I think tomorrow we're pretty much gonna go ahead and planning for a Sea of Thieves. Gonna be streaming Sea of Thieves with Yawa Yuki and Crooked Gamer for tomorrow. Then I think I pretty much might be playing Among Us with some folks, but I won't be streaming that though. Ooh. Chilling this weekend? Ah, that's nice. Found some interesting indie games listed on Kotaku, so trying out a few demos. Ah, that's nice. I barely touch stuff on my PC most of the time because I am kind of primarily a console gamer most of the time. But I think I've learned to pretty much start doing some laptop gaming off stream than on stream because my laptop can't handle running most PC games unless they're 2D. Because OBS kind of uses up a little too much resources to play games and stream them at the same time, unfortunately. But it runs capture cards fine, though. There's also this farming game that pretty much was, that I've seen a lot of people playing called Heirs of Mystia, which I do really want to play, actually. Mostly just to make up for the fact that one of the games I've been looking forward to on the Switch this year ends up getting delayed, and that game was Fantasy Life I, which was supposed to be coming out October, but they decided to delay it again. So as far as cozy games that I kind of did want to play that would be a good alternative for that would be My Time at Sandrock and Fae Farm. Although Fae Farm I haven't touched in like a while though. If you ever want to, there are plenty of good small games. World of Horror, Buckshot. That's not my neighbor. Oh yeah, I think I've seen some people play Buckshot Roulette. Yep's nice. And hello, Sen. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, for those who also, as a bit of a plug to, for those of you who don't know who Sen is, he's mostly an ASMR creator. He makes a lot of very calm and relaxing ASMR videos that I occasionally watch, and he's a really cool dude. Not too bad, just took a nap. Ah, that's good. Oh, how long is your nap? Oh, now that we're on the subject of sleeping now, how long do you folks usually sleep for? To me, I could only get like 4 hours of sleep most of the time. Like 2 hours after a rough day. Ah, yep, I feel that. Oh, my sleep sucks. It's like 7 hours. Ah, nice. I'd like to get more, but 6 and 7 hours at most, often less. Really need to try to get more. Oh, yep, that's a mood right there. For me, the only time I practically ever get that much sleep is when I actually do watch ASMR. Or when I watch a stream VOD that happens to be over longer than an hour. Because that usually puts me to sleep more than any sleeping pill that we take. And I barely even take sleeping pills that much. Which I think the last time I took a sleeping pill, it pretty much did not do the job. It's probably because I had so much caffeine from all the soda I've been drinking to the point where it was canceling out the effects of any pill. Yeah, can you imagine having so much caffeine inside you to the point where you can't... Not even sleeping pills can put you to sleep? Which I could pretty much imagine because it actually did happen. And I think the longest time I actually did get sleep is when I actually got an injury from falling off my electric bike. And when I did kind of wake up, I think most of the day kind of passed. Yeah, and I also had to go to probably the doctor just to get the thing looked at. And then after we got it looked at, we got the injury looked at, we got slammed with a $400 medical bill. Which kind of ended up getting canceled out and covered, though. Oh, yep, electric bikes. They're really nice to have. Yep, ouch on both counts, all right. Because medical bills are mean. Very mean, in fact. But now, I'm thinking of probably maybe, if we don't get our latest, biggest medical bill paid off right now, we probably might do a frickin' dono fund just so we can raise money for that. But the bill is way too high for that. But basically, my latest medical bill pretty much is now, I now have to put it towards the gout that I pretty much have now. Which, for those who don't know, I've recently been diagnosed with gout. And what gout is pretty much crystallized Not sure how I can describe it. Like crystallized bacteria that's living inside your joints and will act up in your body. And will pretty much cause some pains that will kind of spread as well as get worse from time to time, depending on certain foods. So yeah. That's pretty much currently what we're battling currently right now. Which we do have our pills that's in our room that we've been kind of taking from time to time. So of course, part of the reason why I don't do really super long streams is because of that gout too. Good. Yep, of course. It's no problem, But I generally always prefer to keep things like that kind of private though. But yeah, I appreciate it. Oh yeah. I think there was might be something else I wanted to announce as well. Not sure how many of you seen the latest community post or one of the older ones that I did, like, let's see, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we are gonna have a new 2D model coming. And we're going to be showcasing it on October 6th, which is also my 4-year anniversary as Vtuber. Which I hope you guys are looking forward to that, which I think to celebrate that as well, we're also going to be probably playing some games as well to celebrate as well. And I'm not sure if we're gonna do like a 12-hour stream maybe, or anything longer than that, but you can probably expect it to be a longer than usual solo stream though. We'll still have to probably think of plans on how to celebrate. Maybe I'll probably bring some people along too. It's still pretty much in the works for now. Still thinking of ideas. So yeah, I think for today, folks, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. This is the longest I've ever yapped. Yapped without playing a game. So yeah, we're pretty much gonna go ahead and end the stream right here, folks. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening as well. And thank you guys for being here. And if you enjoyed today's Terence Talks Solo Edition here, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more streams. Also, thank you for that donation, Gyron Gimbal. As well as check out, follow me on Twitter/X for more stream updates, as well as random posts there. You can also join my Discord for much of the same things, as well as emails you can't use on YouTube. Till we reach the YouTube partnerships. Which, still building up those watch hours, folks. Let's keep building up those watch hours to 3,000. And with all that said now, folks, I will see you guys tomorrow with Sea of Thieves. So until next time, folks, see you next stream. Oh yeah, let's go look for someone to raid, by the way. Okay, looks like Nori is doing a stream with Ken and some guy named Meta. And then there's Junkin playing Fields of Mystria, which is the field game farming game. You know what? Let's go ahead and rate Cyan Aria, or Sai as I call her. We never rated her before, or Sarah Kisara. Copy link. Even though we kind of unlocked redirects, the redirects barely work. Oh. Hashtag I know free. There you go. Now we can end proper.